word, the word major. Okay, let's understand the word major. Okay, help me with the definition. Cesar, now that you are here, let's start your speaking.
Okay, teacher. Major is an adjective.
Yes.
Very large or important. A major road. Some major international companies refused to do business with them.
Yes.
Okay.
So what is major? What is the synonym of major in this case?
Relevant.
Relevant, important, right?
Yeah.
Good. We are going to talk about some major differences that are very important when we are learning English as a second language. Okay, because when we speak English, we need to avoid this specific. Well, we can create mistakes, you know. So some of the most common mistakes, some of the order of words. Some of the most common mistakes when American people, when Spanish people speaks English, is the use of words that exist in English. For example, the verb have, right? The verb have in Spanish is
Tener.
perfect, right? The problem is that when we want to say tengo frío, right? We automatically say I have cold, and this is completely wrong. Right?
Is a sick? I have got.
I have no. When you are sick, you have a cold.
Okay.
So this is a different thing. How do you say tengo frío in English? The expression I have cold is completely incorrect in all the ways. It doesn't mean that you are sick. It doesn't mean that you have, because you cannot, in English or following the English logic, you cannot have a description. And cold is a description. Okay. What is a description? An orange word. An adjective.
Is with verb to be.
Exactly. Therefore, all the corrections, when you have the verb have, tener, and a description like a feeling, have in Spanish, you can have feelings. For example, tengo hambre, tengo sueño, tengo frío, tengo calor. You see? How do you say tengo hambre in English? And actually included, tengo 28 años. How do you say tengo hambre in English?
I'm hungry.
I am hungry. How do you say tengo sueño in English?
Sleep.
Sleep is a verb.
I'm sleep. I am I'm
Sleeping.
Exactly.
Dream.
I
Yeah.
am okay. Sleeping.
These are incorrect. Tengo frío.
I am cold.
Exactly. Tengo calor.
I am
Hot.
warm,
Again.
hot.
Hot. Tengo 28 años.
I
I'm-
am 20 years old.
Or only 28.
28 years up. No, 28 old.
28 old, 28 years, or 28 years old. Select.
20 years old.
Well, it's optional.
Okay.
The expression years old is optional. You see?
Okay.
What is the logic in this case? Right? In this case, the logic is that in English, descriptions are always expressed with
With verb to be.
correct, Laurita. Exactly. With verb be. That's the reason, and this is the English logic. So to speak English correctly, we need to identify all the different logics that exist in English. You know, that's the biggest issue with English. We need to identify all the possible, not all the different differences between Spanish and English, and think about them in the English logic, not translation. You know, that's the most important part. So the thing that you need to memorize is the English logic. So you can adapt this English logic to all the different possibilities. So I am going to give you some of them. One logic that I have in my mind is the following. Logic number one. Order of words. When we are thinking in English, we need to organize and detect the components of a sentence when we are trying to talk in English. Okay? The components of a sentence. This is a very important part. This is very, very tricky because in English, sentences must have its components. At least. This is the biggest, most important part of thinking in English. If you are going to talk in English, you need a person and a verb. Logic number one, in English, the verb needs a person. In Spanish, we can omit the person. Example. Mañana vengo. Who is the person in this case?
Yo.
Yo.
Exactly. So when you think in English, it's incorrect to say, come tomorrow. I don't understand who. Or for example, will come tomorrow. You see? If you tell me, if you eliminate the person, you are thinking in Spanish. The correct expression in this case is
I will come tomorrow.
exactly. I will come tomorrow. So let me just a second there. I will come to. Do we understand this?
Yes.
Okay. Because the next is a continuation. What happens when we have a complex sentence like this? Attention to this idea. Happens. Debo de limpiar mi escritorio una vez a la semana. How do you say this in English? Laurita.
I I teacher, I must to clean my desk every week.
Every week.
every week.
Almost. Almost. We have a problem here.
The auxiliary.
No, no, no. There's must is correct.
Okay, must to clean.
The problem is the rule of must.
Okay, must clean.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I must clean my desk every week.
I must clean my desk. There is another expression to say specifically that is one time every week.
Every two
Time every week.
to the every week.
Two is a connector. That's not an
Every
expression.
week.
Close. Close, close, close. There is an expression to say one time.
At every week.
One time.
What
One time. No, what time? No, no, no. One time. One.
One.
Correct. One
One?
time. What is the expression to say one time every week? This is in your structures handbook. Open your structures handbook. There is
Yes.
an expression or routines to talk about one time every week.
One time. Okay. Okay. Mm. Mhm. Once.
Exactly. Exactly. This is frequency,
Mhm.
right?
I must clean my desk once every week.
Eliminate every. Check again.
Once week.
What is expression
Well,
for frequency?
One day of week.
Check your expressions. It's incomplete.
Once.
Help, guys. Cesar, Benji, do you have the? Can you help us?
Yes. I must clean my desk once a week.
Exactly. Is once a week.
Okay.
The expression once is similar to every time, and a week is a frequency. The connector for frequency is once a month, once a week, once a day, once a year, once, etc. You see? Anyway, in this idea, the verb includes the person I. Right? That is one of the possible ideas, right? For example, if you say Caesar, how do you say me va a llevar al cine? Me va a llevar al cine. How do you say this in English?
He he's going to I don't know. He's going to I have a question. It's possible to say to take me?
Correct. Precisely. Precisely.
I remember the song that Take on Me.
Exactly. No, but take on me is different.
Yeah,
Take on
this is
me.
my question. Is possible to say he's going to take me?
Yes, it's possible because take on me, the definition is very, very different.
Yes.
When you collocate on, you are speaking about a phrasal verb.
Yes.
Different idea.
Okay, he's going to take me
Yes.
to take me to the cinema.
Exactly. That's correct. The question is, how do you know it's a man or a woman?
Oh, I'm suppose.
You suppose. That's precisely something that we need to understand. You cannot suppose in English. We cannot assume gender in English.
Okay, is it's going to take me?
You cannot. The subject it is for situations, and this is the next slide precisely. Situations, things, and the animals. You
And the
know,
what?
and the what?
And the what? The
Animals.
last animals?
Animals.
Ah, okay.
Right? Do you know animals? Zoo.
Yeah.
Tiger. Right? So when
Yeah.
you're talking about it, we're talking about random things, not human. If the person is human, we need to use either he or she according to gender. Right?
Mm.
And for non-genders, for inclusion, there is a different set of genders, but that's a different story. First, let's dominate feminine and masculine, and then I tell you the rest.
Okay.
Got it?
In this case, is she? No.
It depends. The correct form would be he or she is going to take me
Oh, okay.
to the
I
cinema,
understand.
right? Because I don't know who is the person in this case.
Okay.
Got it?
Got it.
That's it. Questions in this case?
No, teacher.
Very, very good. Okay.
It's possible say you you are going to take me to the cinema.
It depends.
Okay.
It depends on it's correct, but grammatically it's correct.
Okay.
The context permits it. If the context permits, yeah.
Okay.
Because you indirectly, you and me, is a person in front.
Oh.
The person that is different, necessary he or she.
Okay. Thanks.
Got it? This takes me to the next idea. The correct application for the subject it. You know, the subject it is, as we said, Caesar can be used for number one, it's called subject it and dummy subjects. When you speak about a situation, describing a situation, talking about the weather, or when the no, times and dates, and when the subject is a non-living thing. Okay. Let's talk about describing the situation will be letter D. And when the subject is non-living is letter A. This is the principal one, right? Let's describe letter A. In letter A, we say es mi, dámelo, es mi celular. How do you say this in English? Benji.
Mm, mm, Dámelo en mi celular. En mi celular, dámelo. Ok.
Doesn't matter. I'm switching for a specific purpose in a moment, I thought.
Okay. It is my cell phone.
But American people usually contract.
It's
Exactly.
my cell phone. It's my cell phone.
My cell phone.
Give me it.
Okay, you are very, very close. Very, very close. There is, in this case, we need to understand the relation between transitive verbs, because when you are talking about the verb give, give is a verb that corresponds directly to the secondary thing. You know, in this
Yes.
case, what are you giving? Are you giving the person or are you giving the cell phone? What is the object in question?
The cell phone.
Then the cell phone is directly associated to the verb give. This is another difference from Spanish and English. You know,
Okay.
relation of the object and transitive verbs. Like, for example, take, so just take, give, bring, so what would the correction in this case?
In this case, only I need the word me. For example,
One more time,
it's my cell phone. Give me.
give me. But again, this is exactly the point of this section. Give is the verb that corresponds directly to this, to the thing. You know? What is the object in question?
The cell phone is implicit in give.
No, it's
No?
impossible. This corresponds directly.
And so it's give it.
Give it, correct.
Okay.
Complete idea.
It's my cell phone. Give it.
My cell phone. Give it.
Give it me.
Give it
No.
me. We have a problem. Exactly. Sounds strange, no?
Yeah.
What is the solution in this case? You have double person, and normally you never put two persons together. So how do you solve this? What is the solution?
Mm. Give it. No. No. Give it. Give it back. No.
How do you know it's for me? The person me is necessary because you want to say dámelo. So it's to me, no? But then how do you collocate this? The word me is necessary, but to me it sounds strange. The solution is a connector.
Give it to me.
Exactly. Give it to me.
Okay.
That's the correct form to say it. That's another thing. Connector to. Connector to can connect a transitive verb, a transitive verb's object with a third person. And that's another difference from Spanish and English. This specific lesson is very, very, very necessary to learn because that's a very common confusion in English, right? Give it to me is not an easy translation. The connector to is not very evident. Do you agree?
Yes.
Right? The connector to is definitely not very evident. So it's necessary to check. How do you do that? How do you solve this situation? You have double person. You cannot have double person, then connect them. Another very common is using other transitive verbs let's use, for example, the verb teach. You know,
Mhm.
el profesor nos enseñó el verbo be. El verbo ser o estar. How do you say that in English? Go, Laurita.
Yes. The teacher teach us
Are you speaking in present or in past?
past.
Yes.
The teacher taught us
Yes.
the verb be.
Taught us the verb be. Correct. If you transform the verb be corresponding to a grammatical person, what is the grammatical person for the verb it?
The verb be is it.
It. Okay. So the teacher.
The teacher taught it
Exactly.
to us.
Exactly. Very good.
Okay.
This is exactly the issue that we have here. Taught it to us.
Okay. Oh,
Interesting,
I
huh?
understand.
Take a note and let's check. Jessie is in the chat.
Yes, hello. Hello,
Hi.
teacher, and hello, guys. Good afternoon. I will the attendance, please. Is here Lau? Hi, Lau.
Hello. Good night.
Thank you, Lau. Good night, Lau. Benji, hi, Benji. Good night.
Hi, good night.
Thank you, Benji. And Sis. Hi, Sis. Good night.
Hello, Jesse, good night.
Hi, Sis. Are you better?
Yes, thank you.
All right. So, thank you, everyone. Have a good night and see you tomorrow.
Thanks. Good night.
Thank
Good
you.
night. See you.
Yeah.
There we go. This is part 1 of this class. What do you think?
It's interesting.
It's interesting. That's the one. We are checking the relation between transitive verbs and the secondary person, it. And we still need to check the weather, time and dates, describing a situation. Okay, but we are going to talk about that. Actually, let's put this together.
Okay, teacher.
Okay,
Thank
we
you.
continue tomorrow. Very good job. Take a note, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next one.
Yes, teacher.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you. Good night, guys.
Have a
Good
good day.
night.
Good night, everyone.
See you
Bye-bye.
tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.